Welcome to Apartment Syndication Made Easy podcast, where we simplify the world of syndication. Join us as we unravel the complexities and provide you with valuable insights to help you invest smartly. Get ready to take your investments to the next level, one episode at a time. Here's your host, Mr. Vinney Chopra.
All right. I want you to meet Sada. Sada here is a great friend of mine. He took early retirement from IT industry. His company got bought out by Broadcom, right, Sada? And its stock is $1,200. So Sada made millions of dollars. I don't want to say how many millions.
That I don't know any. So.
But it's exciting that Sada and I've done partnerships, David, before, and we are meeting every week in Mastermind also, just he and I. He lives only 15 minutes away from me, and not even 15, Sada. We meet at Starbucks and just coming back into lots of great things. Catherine is from Florida, right there, David, near Miami, West Palm. Catherine? Yeah, West Palm.
Yeah.
Yeah, glad to have you. That's great. Brayden is there. Brother Brayden was sharing how he's put some LOIs and all. Let's see how many people will show up today. It should be fun. I know there is one person definitely from Alchemist Nation. Miguel, I think is his name, right? Miguel. So he said that also, Vinney, I would like to join. I know, of course, brother Steve should be here. Danny should be here. Ankur, I think he takes his son. Oh, Ankur, right there. He just texted me. Hey, Vinney, sorry for the late response. My boss is in town and I have all day meetings that couldn't move. No worries. No worries. We are recording it anyway. So we'll just send it to everybody. We'll post it there on our side. Wife caught COVID, been hectic week. No problem. That's great. All right. So let's just start it. I think, again, I do want to show the one thing which we always have to do it. Our attorneys ask us to do it, and that is to do the PowerPoint with the, oh no, not this one, Vinney. What's going on? Okay. Sorry about that. There it is. Okay, I'm going to share the screen right now. And we'll go over that. Okay, let's just close this up. Okay, I'm there. And I'll just come back here to share the screen. Alrighty. Okay. Alrighty. Welcome everybody joining the mastermind of Vinney Chopra and brother David Malvini right there from Jacksonville, Florida. I know David has been busy with the flip. Actually, he's doing great one. And I'm so glad Dave could join. Welcome to our Inner Circle Mastermind. Hope you're really excited. You are ready to crush it together with us. And we got some really exciting things today. We're going to talk about, again, remember, this is Inner Circle mentoring session that we do every Wednesday. When I'm traveling, Brother David is able to fill in, or we miss 1 or 2 weeks. Usually, Brother David is there, and where we talk about topics of interest in real estate, multifamily, commercial, hotels, senior living, storage units, investing in syndications, car washes, storage units, marinas, golf courses. I should write all that, Dave, there, because we have done training on so many things. And today, Brother Stephen is going to talk about vending machines. Oh my gosh, there is fortune to be made in vending machines. And that's what we're going to talk about today also, along with other case studies. This webinar is for entertainment and educational purposes only. It should not be considered as legal, accounting, or investment advice. This webinar does not represent an offer to sell or solicitation of an offer to purchase or an investment or security, not at all. And then the information presented believed to be accurate and reliable. We use online media and reports and all that, but we make no representation or warranties expressed or implied as to the accuracy of such information. We expressly disclaim any or all liability that may be based on such information or errors or omissions thereof. please consult with your own attorney, financial advisor, and CPA for legal matters, investments, and specific tax situations. I wanted to read the whole thing because my attorney said, Vinney, since your students come every week, you don't have to read it. You could just show this slide and they can read it. But since this is January 24th, New Year 2024, I thought it'd be good to do that. Oh, I'm so glad Philip is in, Brother Mike is in. It's going to be a wonderful session today. Again, keep positive thinking, confidence, happiness, enthusiasm, inspiration, belief, motivation. All those things come. We build our energy because we are more positive thinking people. We accomplish a lot more if we stay positive. And abundance mindset. That's the other thing I like to talk about every single time, every Wednesday. Failure is an opportunity to grow. Never lie down on the floor, get up, and then we'll be able to accomplish better next time. We learn from mistakes, but we can do. An abundance mindset is so important, acknowledging that the good that we bring already have in our life is the foundation for more abundance. The more abundance manifestation we think and goal set and dream, more we will be able to accomplish. So welcome everybody. All right, all right. Let's talk about the wins. And we're going to go right into it. I was able to come into a very big mastermind. I don't know how much they charge. They invited me, I think last week I mentioned it to you, right? Brian Dalmaso, I think Matrix. And actually, I might be doing some partnerships with Brian now. It's mind boggling. And they meet every week in a mastermind. I think they pay, I don't know, 6,000 a month. I think in that mastermind, I was invited and they want to let me come there even for free and even talk more and excite people up about the money raising and other stuff like that. So, anyway, but who would like to talk about their wins? Let's talk about it. Brother Mike Fritz is here. Brother Mike, tell me what's happening, brother. Yay.
What's happening, my friend? How are you doing?
Oh,
It's
Vinny is
good.
always excited. I don't know. This is my 72. I'll be 72 in August. I'm just getting ready to get
Just
more energy this year.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Good wins, man. Getting our second manufacturing company off the ground. We got a couple multi deals. We're going under contract on a 96 unit and a 46 unit in Lexington this week. And so we're actually doing a good. So the 96 unit, 70% occupied. It's right across from 166 unit we own, and we're at 98% occupancy. And it's a nice building. It's just bad,
I
terrible
love
management.
it. Oh,
But because I told him, I said I'm just not willing to step into the bridge market right now. I said I need you to
yes.
I need you to carry the debt for 18 months till I get it stabilized and I can take it to agency. And he did.
Oh my gosh. That's
And-
amazing.
and
What interest rate? Or are you not?
so here's what I did with him. I said, here's what I'll do. So he has so I'm buying it for $6 million. He has $2.5 million on a 3.95% interest rate. I said, I'm gonna take that over while we're in the deal, and I'll pay you
Yes.
6% interest only on the difference. And
Love it. Love it. Love it.
overall, that's probably a 4.9% rate on the entire loan amount.
Yeah, on the whole thing.
Maybe five.
Wow. In this market, to be able to control that kind of asset with that kind of interest rate, that's a win, brother. Big win.
Yeah, so
Big win.
that was a win. And so now we're just underwriting the numbers when we go to agency. Will we have to bring more cash, or do we think we can lift the property enough to refinance without having to bring in more cash to the table? And so we're under the underwriting stuff right there. But we got vertically integrated this year with our own management, and so we can cut expenses, and so we're able to come at properties a little different. But yeah, so exciting stuff, my friend.
Mike, can I say, I want to give you accolades. 2020, COVID, your business goes down. And in 3 years, you are able to accomplish so much.
That's because of
I
you,
just,
brother.
no, not me at all. The kind of person you are, I knew when you joined the academy, I knew you're going to move and shake. I knew that you were so determined to make things happen. And you raised money before you even look for the deal.
I did. Yeah. That was, that ended up being a really good strategy, but I'll be transparent. I created that strategy because I was scared to death of not being able to raise the money and getting caught and not being able to close the deal. That's actually why I did that. I did that more out of fear than I did that out of skill. And I'll scale that back a little bit because it sounds like, oh yeah, he had this strategy. No, I just didn't want to get to the closing line and be like, I don't have the money.
Yeah.
But that ended up being a good strategy because I was able to build relationships with investors faster because I was able to basically, they always say in marketing, the worst thing to do is create a product, then go find somebody to buy it. You want to find the people
Yes.
that want it already and then create what they want. And that was my mentality.
You did it right, brother.
And so
And you
but
know,
I
you
appreciate you.
no, that's exciting. The good part also, pivotal, talking to everybody here, is that brother Mike, now he's buying multifamilies, right? We just heard. But last year he bought manufacturing facility. He said, Vinny, they are cash flowing better than my multifamily.
Way
Vinny
better.
didn't buy anything last year, brother, because everybody was on high horses. Everybody, interest rates hikes and all that. So manufacturing properties are giving you great cash flow. You're closing on second one, third one. Huh?
Closed on second one, working on the third. We have an offer in on the third. We're rewriting the LOI a little bit. But yeah, the thing I like about the manufacturing space is any place where there's low, and it's a kind of a catch-22, but any place where there's low labor, usually there's high demand for the product that they create. You look at it.
Sure.
If there's low labor, it tends to be high. If they've either burnt through the workforce and they need more, that means there's product to be made. So if you can fix the employee issue, you have a built-in supply. So one of the ways to know where money's flowing is look where labor is short. And that's what I did. And so I found
Smart.
labor was short. Same way in construction. Like there ain't a construction working in the world right now that's slow. They're hard to find labor. So I just looked at where the labor was short, and that meant that there was product to be done or services to be done. And that was true
Love it.
and that was true in the manufacturing
Wow.
space. So then I just
And it's
partnered.
in the state of Ohio, or is
Yeah,
it in
it's
Arizona?
Lexington, Kentucky, and
Oh,
then Cincinnati, Ohio. I just bought my second one, and then the other one's up in Indiana, but it's in that Midwest. And that goal is
yeah,
to do a
right there.
we'll buy 4 or 5, 6 of them, and then do a roll up, implement like a system in each one, get a manager in each one, and then sell it
Yes.
to a conglomerate of some sort.
It's fabulous. This is so exciting. The one thing I love what you just said is you fly into one place and then you can take care of so much business in 3, 4, 5 days rather than having one deal here, one deal here, one deal here.
So
You're
true.
all over the place. Isn't
So
that
true.
true? Yeah.
It is true.
Yeah.
But I just, Vinny, I was thinking about you. I would need to connect with you to get on your calendar. I'm just launching a new podcast called The Passive Investing Show, and I need to have you on it to talk about it.
Hey,
Stuff,
I'm
man.
ready. I go for Patagonia, 21 days trip.
Oh,
right?
do you? Oh, that's a beautiful
Yeah, next
area.
Friday. I leave
Patagonia
next
is beautiful.
Friday. Patagonia is going to be beautiful. My wife and I and brother, sister from Atlanta. So we are
Love
all going there 21 days. And why do we make money? We got to just
Gotta enjoy it.
Like brother Steven says, take more vacations. TMV. I'm following his footsteps. So what? No, please schedule me.
Yeah, I will.
Any week, any day, just text me. I'll come on it. We can record
Love
it. My Desi Money Show is also getting launched. Another podcast. This is to go after the entrepreneurs of Desi. Desi in Indian language means Indian and Pakistani from my descent. So we are going after 4 million entrepreneurs or something. No, not 4 million. I think 4 million is population. So there will be maybe 1 million entrepreneurs who have made really good money. And through this podcast, we'll be interviewing people and all that and asking them to invest with us, invest into our fund, which is I've launched already. So, no, that's great. Thank you for sharing and congratulations. Congratulations. All right, wins. Come on, Philip. What's your win, brother? Tell us. Let's talk about what's going on. And brother Daryl is coming in. There we go.
Take a 3.
Yay. Good to see you, Daryl. Yeah.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
I haven't had much wins in the real estate space recently.
I know. That's why I didn't see you in the class for a good time, brother. Tell me, what's going on? Huh?
I haven't been able to find anything to purchase, so there is
Sure,
that,
sure.
and then we're more or less stabilized on the 16 unit we bought 2 years ago. We're just trying to sell it, but there's no buyers for the price point that we're looking for, and
Okay, okay.
um,
Is this one in Portland then? Or where
yeah, it's
is
in
Eugene, Oregon? I've
yeah,
been
yeah,
there, brother. Yeah,
yeah,
I know
yeah,
exactly where that is. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So
okay. You know,
yeah, right now we're
no
just
worries.
holding it. Our loan is due in well, our loan has a 5-year extension after 2026, but it'll be readjusting its interest rate in 2026.
Okay.
So I think the
Okay.
timing
What's
is
the
going to be
interest
okay.
rate now? What's the interest rate now?
I think it's 3.25.
Hold on. Hey, that's no problem. No
Yeah,
problem. You should just keep it. But then
yeah,
can you increase the rent? I think everything is going skyrocketing over there. Oregon and Seattle area, Washington. Huh?
yeah. So we have increased the rents. We bumped it from 100 to 1200.
Okay. Hey, oh
Yeah,
my gosh, that's a big win.
yeah,
50%. Yeah.
yeah. But things are slowing down now. I think it's just the winter, but we'll see how it goes.
No worries. No
Overall,
worries. Okay.
we were wanting to sell it, but then just because the market buyers are here and sellers are here, and you
They
know,
are, they are. I
yeah,
know the sellers have not come down. Their
no,
expectations, right, Dave? Their expectations haven't come down, brother. Yeah.
no. At
Not
least not
much.
in
Yeah.
Go ahead,
No, go
Phil.
ahead.
at least not in the markets that I'm in, right? Oregon is
Sure.
not wasn't a very hot market for anyone. And then I'm currently in Virginia, which is DC, and the Richmond markets are not very hot markets either, but they're also very stable markets
Uh-huh.
price-wise, but they're also priced at where primary markets are priced at.
Got it. Got it. Dave? Yeah, brother.
I would just say this. If you look at what Mike's doing, so I went off and I joined Carl Allen's business buying mastermind. Why? Because in businesses, you're getting a cap. If you were to use cap rates, you're getting a cap rate in the 30s. It's just like you buying businesses that cash flow. But here's the reality with the real estate world. I'm negotiating a 28 unit deal right now in Texas. It's an A property and it's basically it's $10,000 and I take over. That's creative financing, and it'll only make me a couple grand a month, but it'll make a couple grand a month. There are deals, but you've got to be willing to look for the deals. So to say there aren't deals in every market, according to IRR, like 58% of the country's in hyper supply right now. That's where the deals start. If they're in hyper supply, and Vinney, I don't know the number, but I think it's $2 trillion is bridge loans that are going to come due in 2024 and 2025.
Yes.
That's where the deals are. Because if I got a bridge loan coming due and I've put my signature on the bottom of that, on that personal guarantee, what am I going to do? I'm facing a situation where we got to get out of this property. And if we put 30% down, guess what's probably, we're not going to walk out of this closing with probably that 30%. We might walk out with 10%.
Yeah.
So how do you get to the seller? How do you get the seller's expectations? I think it's you gotta talk to them, like Mike, what you did. You said, look, I'll take over your debt for 18 months. I'll take over this property for 18 months. But if I'm not going to make money, I'm not giving you the money you want. And so that's negotiating. That's just negotiating 101. And Mike, I love that you said that. Was that 74 units or 78?
Huh?
The seller financing deal?
Yep.
That was 96 units.
96.
96.
I mean, that's
units.
phenomenal. And so those deals are there. He took over payments. It's easier to convince an owner with 96 units. I say convince. He or she is convinced already. If they got a bad deal, they're convinced already. You don't have to convince them. You come to them with numbers that make sense for both of you because they realize it's got to make sense for you. That's where being creative in this market comes in. None of us walk in the room and have Vinney's reputation. Boy, if we did, the flip side of that is you walk in the room and you listen to what the seller is saying. And in many cases, the seller will lay out the entire roadmap of how they want to exit. And
So true.
if you understand their roadmap and you insert yourself in there to say, hey, okay, here's my roadmap. I can't get into this deal if I can't make money. And so how do you propose I make money on this deal? You're trying to sell at a 5 cap. Okay. I'm borrowing money at 7, let's say at 7%. Maybe the end of this month, they'll drop it to 6, but I can't make money at 7% interest. How do you propose I make money? You've got 35% equity. You might have an assumable at 3.5%, but it's that equity piece is the problem right now. So how do you propose? And let them come up with make the deal work. I see positives. I think of Encore, he's not on the call, but
Yeah.
Encore probably analyzed. I've never seen anybody analyze more deals in a single year.
So true.
again,
so true.
He's just crazy, man. But out of all the deals he did, he was analyzing them in 2021. I'm sorry, 2022, which is a year because the cap rates were so compressed. Everybody's making money. But 2021 and 2022 were probably the highest. Wouldn't you say the highest price, lowest cap? Many, you didn't buy a deal in
2023, 0, 2021, 1, no, 2022, 1, 2020, okay, 23, 0, 22, 1, 21, 1. So, 4 years, only 2 deals. And then before that, 0, then 2. I mean,
and how many this year? It's crazy this year. You're probably looking at deals regularly, though. But you were selling deals, right, Vinney?
Yeah, I was selling. I sold so many deals at the peak. I'm selling Knoxville, which I bought in 21. I'm selling now in 24. It should have closed in December 2023 within 2.5 years, but it'll close hopefully next month. So that is, no, you're right. The key thing also is that we got to be in the game to play the ball, to play the game. You got to be in the game. You cannot be spectator is the word. But let's talk about some other wins. Let's just say Miguel. Hey, brother, Miguel, right there. Miguel met me at the Millionaires Summit. I've been really impressed, and he bought the course and everything, not through school, but my other platform. Miguel, can we see you? He's a young man, just 22 years of age. Is that right, Miguel? I don't know.
No,
is your camera working?
I just turned 20 in January 14th.
Okay, January 14th, 21. Are you 21?
No, 20. I was 19.
20, brother. Okay, sorry. I gave you 1 year more. Okay, 20. Tell me what your experience and what you are doing right now after you got into this whole business of multifamily. You've been doing single family wholesaling for like how many years? Tell us a little bit about you.
I never did wholesaling. I was in property management. That's my cup of tea. And now, ever since I met you, Vinney, at the Millionaire Summit, I've been underwriting bigger multifamily deals, such as 30, 60, 70 units. I was scared into jumping into the bigger deals because I was so used to being in the small multifamily space. And Vinney just changed something in my brain and told me stop being scared and jump into it.
Yes.
So now I'm underwriting.
I love it. I love it. You said you put some LOIs. Did they come through?
All of them fell through. One I was gonna get, but the seller didn't come into term with me. I got him. He wanted 3.9. I got him down to 3.6, but the deal had to work at 3.4. So he didn't want to accept
couple of 100,000. If it's not sold, keep at it because
I'm gonna follow up.
Follow up. Yeah, brother. Yeah. By the way, brother Miguel lives in Orlando. Oh no, Tampa, right?
Massachusetts.
Oh, hold on. See, my mind is it's very close, right? Tampa.
No, Massachusetts is way up. Hey, Miguel, never be afraid to ask a seller if you're on a $3.6 million deal, you're $200,000 apart. Say, okay, I'll give you the $200,000. How about you just hold a note for 24 months and I'll pay you $225,000 in 24 months on the property. Just ask. It never hurts to ask. Hey, if we're $200,000 apart, okay, I'll come to the table but I'm not going to give it to you today. Let's put it on 2 years from now with a due on sale, but I'll pay you $225 in 2 years.
I love it. Love it. Love it.
It's free
Creatively.
money and it's fake money. If you're going to raise the rents, it's going to cover that. It's not, I don't want to say it's fake money, but it's when you're borrowing money, it's fake money. You're creating out of debt. And
That's so true. So true. Equity through the valuation of the property with your business plan, Miguel, right, brother? You're going to be able to decrease expenses. You'll be able to increase the rent. Hopefully, you're buying this property because market rents are higher than the current rents. And then there are some RUB system, ratio utilities bill back system, where you are going to charge the residents if they are paying only 30% of the utilities, and the owner is paying 100%, of course, to the water, gas, electric, what, and termite and all that stuff. But you come back here, you increase that RUB to a higher level, to maybe 85%. You get other incomes to add into the deal. That every single thing is going to increase NOI, net operating income. And with the cap rate, that increases the value of the property. That increases your equity. If your loan is constant and the value of the property increases, guess what? Equity increases, brother. So that 200, what Dave is saying is so right. It's so minuscule, actually, in my thinking. Don't let the deal go. I would like to, go ahead, brother. Mike?
Yeah, I was going to say the other thing, what Dave said is 100% right. The other thing I've done is I've offered a lower cash value or give them equity in the property. And here's why I offer equity, because I'll show them my underwriting. Here's where we're going to take the property. Here's what your equity is going to be worth. But here's the ninja trick of why you do that. For them to not take it, they have to unsell you on the value of the property. They're trying to sell you the property. They don't want to do that. They don't want to tell you why the property won't be worth that, because they're essentially telling you why not to buy it. So if you give them an equity play, they a lot of times will. We have one that right now that we're doing that. He's holding on for 5% so we can keep his debt and giving him upside. So a lot of times they will take that to offset that. Because if it's a good deal at 3.6 million, 200,000 shouldn't take the deal off the table, depending on your strategy. But unless it's a fix and flip short period, that might change it. But it's a four-year hold. You probably will be able to swim past that.
that's brilliant.
Very brilliant. Very brilliant. Brayden, brother. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miguel. And thank you, Mike. Thank you, David, for adding. Huh? Go ahead. Oh, what did you say? I was going to say, Brother Brayden, you want to share? I know you were sharing in the other earlier session your wins. You want to share? Yeah, there you are, brother.
Yeah. Appreciate the insights on this, Paul. It's really beneficial for what I have going on now. So I submitted an LOI and an offer to a seller with a seller finance. He essentially said I want $1.5 million, and my offer was $1 million based on what I think the property can do and what it's worth. And so I love what David just said about, because it's funny. He looked at my offer and I had with interest, him holding a note for 10 years was 1.2, right? Or 1.25. And he goes, we're 250,000 off, man. And I'm like, dude, you got to show me some numbers to show me why this property is worth 1.5. And he says he has an offer from another buyer for 1.5. I don't know that he really does. And I said, look, man, I can offer you $2 million, but it doesn't mean it's a real offer, right? This is a real offer in your hand.
I love it. Sure. And that's tack on
that extra fee.
Totally. It's, hey, you want to stay for 6 months, 3 months, and the buyer walk out at the end, or you want somebody who is seriously sincere and is going to close on the deal, right? All those kind of buyers are there, but you are genuine, Brayden, so you can impress upon. Maybe let's see if he'll turn around. But good negotiation is the key to any success. Win-win. It has to be win. Huh?
I want to add to that. Let's look at what you just said there, Brayden. I could pay you $2 million for your property. Okay, you said that. If you say to the seller, I can pay you $2 million for this property if you'll give me 0% interest.
That's what I was gonna do. That's what I was gonna do on the 1.5. So I haven't come back to him yet and said, look, I'll give you your price. I did text him after. I said, look, I can pay your price, but it's got to be my term. So yeah, if he'll carry it 0%.
Yeah,
You know,
you
I
can't
can
have
figure out
both. You
those
can't have
numbers.
price and terms.
Yeah.
And that's what you say. I could pay you $2 million if the interest was zero and the payment was principal only at $3,000 a month. You throw something impossible out there, but but what you're doing is you say you're wanting a price. I need cash flow. Vinny's in the business of cash. We're all in the business of cash flow. So how can you let me cash flow on this property? If I give you your 1.5, how can I create cash flow? If I give you 6% interest, I can't make a 6% interest payment. So would you let me pay 3% interest only, like Mike was talking about? What he did is he's making interest only and defer the interest on the back end. Nothing in real estate is cast in stone. And I said fake money. It's really a wrong way to say it. It's not fake money. It's real money because money is created. When you create debt, you create money because there's almost always equity with the debt. And it's all the payment structure. Like what Vinny said earlier, it all boils down to the NOI. And when you stress to the seller, give me the NOI I need so I can sell it to my investors and I'll take this deal at the price you want. We just have to either defer interest or I'll pay you a higher price and I'm going to make very low interest payments to you so that I can get the cash flow for 3 or 4 years, do the things that I'm going to do so that I can exit the property. You get your money, I get my money, everybody wins.
Yeah, I love that.
Awesome.
I just tried to anchor him at a higher price because he said he had an offer at 1.5, and I said I can offer you $2 million. It doesn't mean it's a real offer, though. I said here's an offer in your hand, dude. And it's like, where's this guy that's supposedly offering you $1.5 million, man? How long are you gonna wait? How long are you gonna wait for him to come around?
One of the things I've done when people do that is I'm just like, you know what? If I was you, I'd take that deal. Don't call him back for 2 weeks. You'll find out real quick if he's got a $1.5 million offer. And I'm serious. I do that all the time. I'm like, okay, you know what? If I was in your case, I'd take it. I wish you the best. I'd walk away. And all of a sudden that deal pops back up. Oh, the deal fell through. Oh, did it? Yeah. And so, yeah, because
you call their bluff. You call their bluff, right?
Mike,
take your deal. Go for it. I don't, because also it also
head.
puts out the energy. Listen, I don't need your deal, but if this is a good fit, let's get a deal done. And I've learned more about you just walking away. Say, okay, go to town. I'll go to the next one. And
I love that. I love what we are talking here. Be straight, be bold, if it's going to make sense, it will make sense, right? But we cannot be timid in putting LOI and all. Just be bold and let's see. If it's not going to be, it's not going to be, right? Yeah.
100%.
No, that's fantastic. Go ahead, please, Steve.
Mike, you're all over it. You never know if you have a good deal unless you say, you know what, this isn't going to work. I got to go. And they go, whoa. So Mike's all over it. This have another buyer. Seems like I hear that every week that we're here. I have another buyer. And Mike and Dave have really nailed it down. I think that's a 1-2 combination. I think it's the jab that stuns them. Man, I take that deal. I'll just go for it, man. I'll talk to you later. I won't even say that. Just buy. And then 2 weeks later, oh, it fell through. You know what? I've been thinking. I've got this creative financing. You want this. I want the term. What do you think about this? And now you're coming from a place of strength because they know you've already walked away once.
Yeah.
And they know you'll walk away again. So this is really, out of everything that we've talked about in the last year and a half, I think today is the strategy of how to negotiate these deals. Because we hear it all the time. I have another buyer. And last year before that, yeah, sure, the prices were overflated and they were closing before you could even put them on the market. But those days are coming to a quick end, if not already done. And this hyper stuff that Dave keeps talking about, see, the negotiation is what excites me. When we bought our new Traverse, it was a walkaway. Always a walkaway when you buy a new car. You always walk away.
Hold on. I heard when you want to buy the car, go at the end of the month. You get better deals because they want to hit the quota, the budget.
And December is the best because they're all trying.
Oh, December.
Yeah, December is the best. You go to the end of the month of December, they will give you everything because they're trying to, the owner's got double holdback. and they're wanting to hit their numbers, so they'll give everything away. But you got to, like, I came down $8,000 and 2 more points off of whatever interest they were wanting to do, because it's
Awesome.
this doesn't make sense to me. I don't think we can do this, honey. We knew the good cop, bad cop, right? She's, but I really want it. I'm like, yeah, but let me see what I can do. You're not doing anything. I already know. So, but this is real. This is really good. This is
I
just
love
walk
it.
away,
Love it.
take that
Yeah.
deal is brilliant, and then come back with creative financing.
Excellent. No, thank you. I would love to also ask Catherine. Catherine is from West Palm, Florida. We got David Malvini right here, the king over there, Jacksonville side right there. So Florida, we got Catherine. You want to add something if you would like to? Okay, maybe Catherine is just listening in. She joined me at 3 o'clock from 3 to 4 session also. Alrighty. I asked Steve to talk about vending business. So he's going to share with us his PowerPoint. He's looking into starting this business and love to find out, brother Steve. So go for it. I know my very good friend, he passed away now, but his family, they made a lot of money, good money in vending business, a lot of good money. So I'm really excited to go through your PowerPoint. You bet.
Yeah, here we go. So I'll just
That's beautiful.
breeze through this pretty fast. So the company that we're going with is Natural to Go, and you'll find out real quick why. So remember, this is, go check all your attorneys or everybody. This is only for entertainment purposes. Okay, so our goal is investing is to increase your passive income, increase your net worth, achieve financial independence so that you can stop working. These are for the people that are going to want to invest with us, our investors. Increase your streams of positive cash flow and start living the life you want to dream. So an example of a 40-month, I just go right into it. I just give them, the partner invest $170,000 and they're paid back in 48 months. 12 machines average $7,000 per year. That monthly payments of $4,731 includes a 15% interest. So I'm going to pay you back 15%. $14,275 paid to the partner, and interest as that comes to $14,000 in a year that you're going to get back. An additional 20% return on the net profit of each machine. Estimated additional profits of a machine is around $9,700 a year. So total profits for you would be another $24,000 with 12 machines. My goal is to get 50 and then sell it back. But let's just at 48, that's $95,000 a year in your pocket. So not too shabby for $170,000. Partners, this is what's going to happen after 6 months, though, if you want. You're going to go ahead and be able to buy me out. Take over all the payments, the machines, expenses, everything. You get, it says 2 years, but I put it down to 1 year. You projected net average income per machine. You can be bought out after 6 months. The revenue has received. What we're going to do to figure out this is not take the lowest producing machine nor the highest producing machine. We're going to go ahead and look at each machine at 6 months of what they're producing and average all of them out. There's not going to be any funny money there for you. You're going to get, I get a 5% retainer to be your consultant for 2 years because there's going to be problems. There'll be an employee that I've already put in position. They'll be there for 6 months. They know what to do. You don't have to do anything. But if you need another employee or something's not working, I've been doing business consulting for 30 years. You're not going to hit me with anything I don't know. An example of buyouts, went over this, but you take over everything. Oh, if you don't want to buy it out, this is what this is, sorry. If you want to buy it out, I'll find somebody else and they'll pay you the money that we were talking about. So you'll get prepaid and they'll take over the business. Because my goal is to get in and out. This actually, David actually got me on thinking about this. Build a business and sell it. Build a business and sell it, which is super, super lucrative. So this is the really cool thing. In a respectable location, a vending machine can make anywhere from $10 to $50 a day. This equals $300 to $1,500 a month. It's not unusual for a vending machine to produce a lot more than this in excellent settings. The location of a vending machine affects elements like traffic, consumer incomes, So you should expect above average vending machine revenue if you have a great location and a great product. I'm only going in 2 locations right now, McKinney, Texas and Frisco, Texas, which happen to be 2 out of the 5 top 10 cities in the United States. You know, this company guarantees they'll get 100 units bought at least a week. And what I've done in the projections is I've got right around $400. I've lowballed the amount of money that could be bought on this. It's as if every machine was terrible in a terrible location, this is what you could get. Global industry analysis says the vending machine market size was $21.3 billion in 2020. This is prior to the COVID, which was caused actually a demand for countless retail systems to spike. So COVID actually helped the vending machine business.
Yes.
Because people didn't have to do anything. So we're
Mm-hmm.
COVID proof. Would never happen again, in my opinion, but we are. So a pretty bold prediction is the size of the vending machine will be $51.9 billion coming up. So it's growing. Now, everybody can remember, I go to antique stores all the time. And I'm getting ready to redo this thing because I can see vending machines from way back when you got the Coca-Cola pop, the glass bottles and everything. They're out there. The vending machines are not going away. There's a 5.5 increase in the CAGR through 2027. So even at conservative stuff, this is crazy good news.
Go ahead. What'd you say?
There's also moments in the game. Oh,
no, there was something. Yeah,
okay.
something. Yeah,
so,
no problem.
Expectations, $31 billion by 2027, basically. It's just going to keep going. More companies are using vending machines as values for their employees and customers, and this trend is increasing. The returns have been spectacular over the last 40 years. The company that I'm going in have been around for 30. People are more impulsive and unwilling to wait. We see it all the time. Got to have it now. You spend 2 seconds waiting for the light going from red to green, you get honked at if you're not going. So people are just, it's there. There's a pent-up demand for getting these things quick, and the trend is growing. Companies use the convenience of vending machines to entice their employees to work for them. So they don't have to go across the street or anywhere. They can just go. Some of the vending machines have candy. Some of them have perishables, which people think, oh my gosh. But if you put them in the right place, it works. Quite a few of the markets are emerging due to the increase of jobs in certain local markets. How often do people use vending machines? Every day, 100 million people in the United States use vending machines. Given that there are 7 million vending machines in the nation, the typical machine sees 14 customers every day. Remember, they're guaranteeing me 100 a week. 14 a day pretty much hits that right on the market. What they're advertising and what this is saying is exactly the same thing. Naturally, more people use the vending machines in busy regions. That's why we're only staying in the busy regions right now. Most frequently used vending machines provide snacks and beverages. The market is made up of snacks, drinks. It's 72% of that. Now, I'm going to go past this because it's not relevant. We all know vending machines are great. So who's our competition? That's the important thing. So there are 17,273 enterprises out there that operate vending machines. 17,000 in the United States. There's no competition. Florida has the biggest. They've got 19,000, almost 2,000 operators. Texas, 16,000. There's virtually no competition here. California, 14. According to the vending market 2020 State of Industry report, the small independent owners control 67% of the vending market. The small owners, I want you to remember that. 67% small owners are under 10 machines. They own less than 10 machines. Medium, 16.5%, large, 7.1%, and extra large, 9.4%. 1 million annual revenue for these people. That's it. 4.9, 9.9, 10 million. We're going to be right here in the large and extra large. With me building and selling, it's going to be a wonderful deal. This is a great thing. Where? High concentration of potential areas. Shopping centers, bus, train stops, sizable apartment buildings, businesses that employ a significant number of people like factories, airports. When's the last time you didn't go through an airport and see 50 machines as soon as you walked in almost? It's just there. And they're making money hand over. I get the water all the time from those places. colleges, offices, schools, hotels. Nice thing about hotels, if it's a 3-story hotel, that's 3 machines.
Yes.
The reason that's important is when I hire someone to go out there and I've got 10 machines and I've got 3 hotels, that's only 3 stops.
Yep.
It takes about an hour, 30 minutes to get there, 15 minutes to do the machine, 30 minutes, so hour and a half. But now they're in a place with, so we start stacking them. Hospitals, like I said, we could go, hospitals we could be selling bare, everything, right? Or another nice thing is hospitals have a very bad reputation for their cafeteria. So that's where you can start putting in the food. The thing with schools is some kids like to eat healthy, some kids don't. So one of the people that I was talking to is when I was looking at this company, they were in a location and Coke was selling more than Pepsi. So they had 4 things of 2 Cokes and 2 Pepsis, and they just took out the Pepsis. And while we were there, somebody complained about that and said, hey, I like Pepsi. He says, nobody's buying. But I'll put it in here and I'll put 1 in and 3 Cokes. And if you guys if they buy it, we'll do it. Guess what? They started buying it. So now he's got 6 stalls, 3 Pepsis, 3 Cokes. So there's you gotta look at your customers. So our product will be doing appropriate for the area. So if it's a factory and most of the people need lunch and little snacks, that's what we'll be giving. If it's, like I said, a hospital, a school, if it's an airport, wherever, whatever it is. I know there's a Walmart right now. Our Walmart right there, 3 miles away from me, all the Vinney machines were gone. That's only 2 reasons for that to happen. 1, they weren't selling, which means they had the wrong stuff in there. Or 2, they didn't know what the hell they were doing. So Vinney brought up a point that, am I buying used ones? And the answer is no. And the reason is this company doesn't make money if I don't buy machines. They give us all the support. They go out to the city they send a guy out for 2 weeks to find 60 locations. Now I'm going to get 12 to 24 Vinney machines, 60 locations. And all I got to do is go in there and say, hey, my guy came in. Do you still want the Vinney machine? Yes. Okay, let's put him in. There's no rent. There's no electricity. There's no Wi-Fi charges. The only charges that we have to do is you have to go to the city and get a permit, $100 every 6 months or a year, depending on the city. So it is rent-free, except for schools. Schools like the little donation, but that's tax-free. That's a donation, right? Okay, yeah, I'm going to give to this. I'm going to give. So you can make these little deals there. But most of the time, it's the way it's sold is this is going to help your business if you have a vending machine in here. So they really like it. So and they install the vending machines. The first one is on them. So there's literally no work. I have to go to school for 10 days to understand how the vending machines work. If it breaks, what to do. I told them, hey, I'm not a handyman. They said it's a screwdriver and you just take a piece in. It's very low tech. And if you can't figure it out, you can call us. We got a helpline that will walk you through it or send somebody out if we really have to. So it's really great business. They are healthy. This is what they promote. Healthy. It's a new thing out there. Most vending machines aren't doing it, but they have taken it. They know that the health industry is coming and they're going that way. That doesn't mean we can't sell M&Ms. Matter of fact, I can rewrap every one of them TMV vending if I want. It's my machine. But some of them will be healthy, some of them won't be. It just depends on the location. But this positive trend has increased the percentage of healthy food selections in vending machines from 20% to 80%, decreasing calorie, salt, fat intake. If you haven't read, just go off the line here. If you haven't read Younger Next Year, you really should. This is, I've got the book right here. But the health is there, right? It's all about health. But we can go both ways. What is the success rate of vending machines? This is crazy, 80%. Everybody knows that entrepreneurs, after 2 years, 60% are gone. What people don't know is at 10 years, 99% are gone. Vending machine business, 80% business success rate. This is crazy. The profit calculator estimates it'll take 12 months to 18 months to achieve 100% return on investment. 100% return on your investment in 12 to 18 months. That's pure profit after that. Pure profit.
Wow.
So this is why I'm buying and selling. It's pure profit. It's convenient. It's available to almost everyone. and it's something we do because we care. It takes cash and credit cards, so everybody can do it. We only sell it in high traffic areas. If the location is not performing, we'll move them fast because I want a good location. And we'll make mistakes, but that's why we're doing 12 to 24. If I've got 3 or 4 vending machines that aren't, it's just like rent. They're not paying rent. Okay, kick those out, get new renters, kick that out, get another location, right? Quarterly cash flow. Investors' monies are returned within 4 years or less. I guarantee you it'll be less because I want to sell this business in 6 months. And so you'll get your money back one way or the other. And like I
So
said,
are
it's something
you
we do because we
thinking to
care.
do, Stephen, are you thinking to do like a syndication so that investors can bring 50,000, 100 also, or you're just needing 175 or 172,
I just want
172?
one investor right there.
Yeah,
Your investor, I'm giving you interest, so it's not really syndication. Plus, I'm giving you a little bit of the net
yeah,
profit is. But I talked to David about this, and he was like, "Nah,
sure.
just go. You got
Oh
an
yeah,
investor."
straight.
And that's that. Pretty much
Mhm.
it. Credit investor if you want, sophisticated investor. When is the time to start? Now is the best time. That's it.
I like it. I like the colorfulness, everything. So maybe some other people have questions too. Let's come back. So in
Also,
other
if
words,
not only questions,
uh-huh,
Vinny, but I would love you to pick apart. I went through it pretty quick. If I was talking with an investor,
sure.
I'd slow it down and everything. But I would love for you guys to pick it apart.
No, totally. So what, yeah, go ahead and take off the screen share. Let's see. Okay, there we are. We are. Any questions on it? I know some people had to leave. I know Sada just texted and then Mike had to go also. I know something we are trying to do now also is to do very impact coaching mastermind for 1 hour so that we could, if we have more stuff to do, no problem. We could go longer than that, but I think keeping it short, simple like that. Dave, you already helped Stephen do some talking back and forth, it looks like, right?
It was a
Yeah.
big help.
Yeah, I think the reality is the opportunity is strong. I think, Stephen, where you're gonna like where if any of your investors are gonna look at this and they're gonna say, okay, be careful of the word guarantee.
Yeah, you told me about
That's the
that. Yeah,
thing.
That's
out
a
of my
bad
vocabulary.
word with investors because that's where you get in trouble.
Yes.
So the investor's question is, what happens if the machine doesn't produce? You answered those, like, hey, we're going to move it, and so that's a good answer. The it's not a glamorous business, but it is a business that produces cash flow. So I think you need to like, if I'm looking at this from the outside, I look at it like, okay, how do you make sure you don't get stolen from all of those things? Electronic machines.
Vandalism, stolen. I was just thinking the same thing,
Yeah.
and servicing and making sure they're full and packed. What happens if yeah, you're right. And frequency. So it's a lot more labor intensive. In my mind, I'm thinking.
A little bit, but not a lot. I don't think, Vinny. When you
Okay.
think of versus, okay, just like with any business, like real estate, multifamily, commercial, it's all about the net operating income.
Yeah.
You're buying machines that sell a product. The beauty of the business, this is where I see the beauty of the business you're talking about, Stephen, is this. Your employees are not selling the product. It's like in Vinny, if he's got a assisted living facility and he's got 88 employees, well, those people are technically, they're servicing your customer. Whereas in your business, you're creating cash flow from objects. Doesn't matter if it's pens, candy, or lettuce. It doesn't matter. I don't think you'll sell actual lettuce in your machines, but if anybody buys lettuce, that'd be cool. But the point is, your employees are not selling. Your employees are servicing and making sure. And I think that's a big point. You want to say that this is cash flow with, like Mike brought it up earlier. The problem today is employees. Can't get employees. I can't get employees. I can't get employees. That's what companies talk about. I got a friend here in Jacksonville. He has the upscale seafood restaurants, 5 of them. And he said, the heck with it. He couldn't get dishwashers. So he said, I'm done with it. I pay $35 an hour for a dishwasher. He does not have problem getting dishwashers now. And guess what? He said, now I don't have felons in my kitchen anymore. Unless they're the chef. That's what he said. He goes, unless they're the chef. But he goes, I don't have felons in my kitchen because I have people lining up to wash my dishes. The point is, when you're profitable, every job makes sense. And that's, you want to stress the fact that this doesn't take labor. I think add that to your presentation.
Okay.
Any part of your presentation that you said, skip this slide, delete the slide. Because if you decided to skip it, it's of no value to the shorter you can make that slide deck.
Makes I was looking at it going, thinking, I could cut that, I could cut this. I need to. Actually, I think at the end, I think a best close at the end was $170,000 get you X amount of dollars.
Yeah,
and
I think so. I
them.
think. Thank you. Yeah, no, I think that was good. I know you covered that right away. I didn't really know what the product was, but then you went into the whole, I think the whole hype about, I think I like the statistics. That's great, but maybe consolidating, because sometimes it's like the interest goes up and down. And by the time it's very long, then you get into confusion. Yeah. But thanks for sharing. Yeah, Steven.
And by the way, David, I do have that part. What we do is we overpay, just like what I think we talked about this. If they're making 15, you're going to give them 25 or 30. And the reason they're not going to steal from you is, why would you steal? First of all, the app says exactly how many quarters and everything that's in there. Why would you steal $20 from me so that I can fire you and go get somebody else? So, and customer service, our number one customer is not the people buying, it's my employees they're working. And so and then we train them how to talk to the managers and the people that they're dealing with so that they're their number one customer. So
I was thinking then maybe there is more format shown. This is where the sales will be. These are the expenses, something like P&L, I was thinking. Because just throwing the numbers that you will make this, my thinking was how I'm going to get paid. And then what's your stake and how much will be the servicing end of it. And you as putting the whole deal together, just like I'm thinking about ATMs, right? I've invested with David Zook. They say, I'm going to get 24% or 25% per year. And the money is coming into the bank account every month, literally, right? So I think, no, very good. Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you,
Anybody's
David.
got any questions? Thank you. Thank you, Stephen, for sharing that. It's a great way to make money. Yeah. We don't endorse, by the way, Dave or I don't endorse anything. I just want to make sure it was just a presentation I asked Steve to give because it sounded pretty good. So, all right. Should we sign off and come back next week fully charged? And let's have a great one. Is everybody enjoying?
So I want to say
God
this,
bless you.
You're going to
Please.
Patagonia a week from Friday, right?
A week from this Friday. So next Wednesday, I'll be holding it. Yes,
So
seminar.
So Patagonia is southern Argentina, right?
It is. It is Chile.
So
and
our dollar is like 100 times their dollar.
Oh, I know. I'm looking forward to it. $1 is 1,000 Argentinian dollars, but now they pegged it. They pegged it at 650, but in the market, we're going to get 1,000.
You're going to buy some really good Argentina wine at dinner, and it's going to cost you $1.
I'm looking forward to it. And they say the food is great. So we are going to Mexico City 4 nights. 4 nights in Argentina, then San Diego, Chile. Then we take a cruise. So it's a pretty nicely designed for it. Thank you. And we'll see you all next Wednesday. Thank you, David. Thank you, everybody. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, Vinney Chopra.